Welcome back to Footballing. Today we're diving into a brand new explainer and we are decoding the absolute machine that is Cristiano Ronaldo. We're talking extreme training discipline, daily routines, psychological frameworks, his leadership style, and the incredible personal sacrifices that turned him into a global icon. We're going way past the highlight reels here to really look inside the mental architecture of a true champion. Just listen to this quote right here. It is the perfect hook for what we're looking at today. In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what the people thinking what they say. To truly understand Ronaldo, you've got to realize his biggest weapon isn't his right foot or his left foot. It's that unbreakable mental fortress. So, over the next few minutes, we'll deconstruct his success through 6 core pillars: the roots of sacrifice, the daily obsession, the mental fortress, leadership in team elevation, blocking out the noise, and finally, his immortal global legacy. All right, let's jump right into pillar number 1, the roots of sacrifice. To really understand this champion, we literally have to start at the beginning. Long before the fame and the supercars, his childhood in the humble neighborhoods of Madeira, Portugal, was completely forged in fire. At just 11 years old, he made the agonizing choice to leave his family and move nearly 1,000 kilometers away to a Lisbon academy. He got intensely bullied over his island accent. He was so poor he had to beg for leftover burgers at a McDonald's back door. And at 15, he had to overcome a career-threatening racing heart condition called tachycardia. Just brutal stuff. And going through all that required a huge early mindset shift. I mean, growing up in poverty with an alcoholic father would absolutely break most people, but not Ronaldo. He reframed every single hardship, every tear shed away from his family, as a necessary investment toward his future. He essentially took his childhood trauma and turned it into unstoppable fuel. Which brings us to part 2, the daily obsession. Because when the cameras turn off, his relentless obsession every single day is what truly separates him from the pack. We're talking about a guy who invests around $1 million a year into a ridiculously strict regimen. He completely cuts out alcohol and sugary drinks, eats 5 perfectly portioned high-protein meals every single day, and throws in 3 to 4 hours of extra training after regular team practice. Plus, daily cryotherapy and saunas. It just proves his core philosophy. Talent without obsessive hard work means absolutely nothing. And honestly, what's even more fascinating is his sleep cycle. Instead of your standard uninterrupted 8 hours of sleep, he strategically takes 5 90-minute naps throughout the day. It sounds wild, but this is a deliberate, scientifically backed hack to completely optimize his body's recovery patterns. So he doesn't just train like a machine, he recovers like one too. Moving on to part 3, the mental fortress. Because physical training, that's really only half the battle. To maintain absolute composure under insane stress when millions of fans are watching your every move, Ronaldo intentionally activates his parasympathetic nervous system. He actually does this by slowing his breathing down to just 5 to 7 breaths per minute. This biological hack literally shifts his brain from a panicked, reactive state right into a calm, deliberate one. It's actually a pretty amazing technique you could use in your own high-stress situations. He runs through this exact 4-step script before every single critical penalty or free kick. He blocks out the distractions by keeping his eyes forward, eyes down, repeating positive internal self-talk, and relying on the thousands of times he's visualized the ball hitting the exact sweet spot of the net. He essentially builds an impenetrable bubble of focus around himself. Now, let's look at part 4, leadership and team elevation. As he mastered his own mind and body, he inevitably started influencing everyone around him. And the thing is, he doesn't just bark orders at his teammates, he leads by example, setting an incredibly demanding standard by being the absolute hardest worker in the room. Think about it. When the best player in the world is the first one to arrive at training every morning and the last one to leave, it literally forces everyone else to elevate their own game, just to match his intensity. Which leads right into part 5, blocking out the noise. Maintaining this crazy level of excellence also means surviving some intense external pressures. Impartially speaking, our sources document massive hurdles he's faced off the pitch. This includes tax evasion charges in Spain that resulted in a suspended sentence and huge fines, as well as a highly publicized multi-year assault allegation in Las Vegas that was eventually dismissed by the courts for lack of evidence. He's also constantly had to battle false tabloid narratives, successfully suing for defamation. Dealing with all of this created immense personal trauma for him and his family over the years. So it really brings up a critical question.
How does an athlete compartmentalize that level of extreme legal and public scrutiny and still continue breaking world records? Well, it highlights an unprecedented level of mental compartmentalization. While navigating all those intense battles and media storms, Ronaldo somehow managed to take all that negative noise and convert it directly into the fuel he needed to perform flawlessly on the pitch.
And finally, part 6, an immortal global legacy. This lifetime of discipline, resilience, and laser focus has culminated in an absolute global empire. He pioneered the patenting of his image rights way back in 2009, which was way before it was standard practice, by the way. He partnered with billionaires like Peter Lim to break into the Asian market and brilliantly divided his business into premium fitness and premium lifestyle. Whether it's hotels, hair clinics, or mineral water, he ensured his CR7 brand appeals massively even to people who have never watched a single football match in their lives. To really grasp his sheer influence, you just have to remember the 2021 European Championship. He literally just sat down at a press conference, moved a couple of Coca-Cola bottles out of the frame, picked up a water bottle, and just said agua. That singular 5-second action instantly wiped $4 billion off Coca-Cola's market cap. $4 billion, that's insane. And that unimaginable influence translates digitally too. He recently launched a YouTube channel that gained 50 million subscribers in just a week. And across all his platforms combined, he is officially the most followed person on the planet right now, boasting over 1 billion followers. 1 billion! The legacy he's built is simply undeniable. Whether it's breaking that seemingly impossible 900 career goal barrier, generating historic jersey sales, hitting 771 crore in 72 hours when he returned to Manchester United, winning 5 Ballon d'Or awards, or even secretly donating millions to hospitals and disaster relief. He even auctioned off his prized golden boot for charity. His sheer dominance on the field is just unmatched. Look at this. To reach 228 goals for Real Madrid, it took the previous record holder 550 matches. Ronaldo completely shattered that in just 203 matches. I mean, that level of efficiency is practically unheard of. Like he says, records is part of me. I don't follow the records follow me. He isn't just chasing trophies anymore. The guy is chasing immortality. He operates with the hunger of that bullied kid in Madeira who remembers having absolutely nothing. But he executes his daily routine with the precision and discipline of a billionaire's CEO. So I want to leave you with this final thought. Take these lessons of sacrifice, extreme routine, and mental fortitude that we've explored in this explainer today. What is the one daily habit that you are going to change today to start building your own champion's mentality? Thanks so much for joining me on Footballing, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.